Hello dear viewers, and welcome back to our channel, where we delve into the most captivating stories from the heart of the British monarchy. Today, we turn our attention to an extraordinary figure, a paragon of duty and unwavering commitment, Her Royal Highness Princess Anne, the Princess Royal. As she approaches a truly significant milestone, her 75th birthday, we are witnessing a remarkable outpouring of admiration and respect for a lifetime dedicated to service, a life lived in the quiet yet resolute shadow of the crown. Before we embark on this journey of reflection and celebration, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into the fascinating and often unpredictable world of royalty. It is no exaggeration to say that Princess Anne stands apart from the rest of the royal family. In a world where glamour and headlines often overshadow quiet achievement, she has steadfastly carved her own path, one of relentless work, personal discipline, and an almost stubborn avoidance of unnecessary drama. As she approaches 75, the nation, the Commonwealth, and indeed royal watchers across the globe are pausing to take stock of what has been an extraordinary career in public service. Yet beneath the glowing tributes lies a complex tapestry, stories of resilience, moments of quiet defiance, and a royal life shaped by both privilege and profound personal responsibility. And as with all milestones in the royal family, there are whispers of what the celebrations or lack thereof might reveal about the current state of the monarchy itself. Princess Anne's birthday will not be just another date on the royal calendar. It comes at a time when the monarchy is navigating turbulent waters. King Charles III continues to balance the demands of his reign with his health. The Prince and Princess of Wales face both public scrutiny and private trials, and Prince Harry's absence remains a shadow over major family gatherings. In this environment, Anne's milestone becomes more than personal, it becomes a symbolic moment for the entire institution. Over the decades, Anne has earned a reputation as the hardest working royal, often clocking more public engagements than any other member of the family. This is no small feat for a woman who has also raised two children, pursued a passion for equestrian sport at an Olympic level, and managed to sidestep many of the scandals that have plagued her siblings, and yet, she has not been immune to controversy. Her famously forthright manner, occasional visible irritation with photographers, and reluctance to indulge in royal pageantry have at times baffled the public and perhaps even her own family. Recent reports suggest that for her 75th birthday, Anne has requested a low-key celebration, eschewing the grand banquets and formal balls that might have been expected. Those close to her say this is entirely in keeping with her personality. But some royal insiders are quietly wondering whether her decision carries deeper meaning. Is this simply an Anne being impractical, private, and allergic to food? Is there a subtle message about how she views the monarchy's priorities in these challenging times? Adding intrigue is the fact that this birthday coincides with the release of a commemorative coin in her honor. While royal commemoratives are nothing new, the coin's design, featuring in a dignified, work-focused pose rather than a lavishly adorned portrait, has been interpreted by some as a reflection of her unadorned approach to public duty. It is also a quiet reminder that Anne has never sought to be the face of royal glamour. Instead, she has been the embodiment of royal endurance. Public reaction to the news of her birthday has been overwhelmingly positive, with many praising her as the hardest working royal and a true servant of the people. Social media is filled with stories of small, meaningful encounters, farmers who recall her visits to rural communities, charity workers who speak of her deep understanding of their missions, and service personnel who admire her unwavering support. For the armed forces, these tributes paint a portrait of a woman who has built her public image not on spectacle, but on substance. And yet, there are also subtle undercurrents in the commentary. Some critics have noted that, while Anne's work ethic is beyond question, her preference for tradition and formality can feel out of step with a modern, evolving monarchy. Younger royals have sought to project a more accessible, informal image that aligns with the digital age and a public increasingly hungry for relatability. In contrast, Anne remains unapologetically traditional, rarely revealing much of her private self and maintaining the careful distance between royal and subject. That her mother perfected the question of how the monarchy will mark Anne's milestone is still hanging in the air. Will there be a formal gathering at Windsor or Sandringham? Will the king offer a public tribute, perhaps in the form of a televised address? Or will Anne herself dictate the tone, ensuring that the focus remains on service rather than celebration? Whatever the decision, it will be closely read by royal commentators for signs of the institution's priorities and unity. This birthday also invites reflection on Anne's unique place within the royal hierarchy. As the only daughter of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, she was raised with the expectation of duty, but without the direct burden of succession. This combination has allowed her to devote herself wholly to public service without the political and ceremonial weight that comes with being monarchy. Over the years, she has carved out a space where she is both deeply respected and, at times, underestimated, a position that has served her well. Her 75th year also prompts a broader conversation about the future of the working royal roster, with the passing of the Queen, the retirement of Prince Philip before his death, and the gradual stepping back of Prince Andrew. the pool of senior royals has significantly shrunk. The health of both King Charles and the Princess of Wales has raised further concerns about how engagements will be managed in the coming years. In this context, Anne's stamina and reliability become even more vital. However, there is no ignoring the reality that even the most resilient royals cannot defy time. At 75, Anne may eventually have to reduce her workload, a shift that will leave an enormous gap in the monarchy's public-facing duties. This possibility has sparked discussions within palace circles about how to redistribute responsibilities and whether younger members of the family are ready or willing to shoulder the same level of commitment. Another intriguing element to this moment is how Anne's steadfast service contrasts with the turbulence experienced by other branches of the family. In an era when royal headlines are often dominated by disputes, departures, and controversies, her consistency stands out even more starkly. This has led to a noticeable rise in her popularity, with some polls showing that public affection for her now rivals, and in some cases surpasses, that for her more prominent relatives. The way the palace chooses to frame this birthday will therefore have symbolic weight. If they present it as a celebration of hard work and modesty, it could subtly recalibrate public expectations of what royal life should be in the modern age. If, however, the event passes with minimal acknowledgement, it could be seen as a missed opportunity to spotlight one of the monarchy's most trusted figures at a time when trust is a precious commodity. And so, as the date draws nearer, anticipation grows. Will the king take center stage in celebrating his sister, reinforcing the image of a united family? Will there be subtle signs of shifting priorities within the institution? Or will Anne's 75th birthday become yet another example of her choosing quiet dignity over public spectacle? One thing is certain. Whatever form the celebration takes, it will reflect the essence of Princess Anne herself, practical, purposeful, and deeply committed to her role. In an age of fleeting celebrity and constant noise, she remains a steady presence, reminding us that true service is not measured in headlines, but in years, decades of unwavering dedication. And perhaps, as we watch her step into this new chapter, the real story is not just about one remarkable woman turning 75, it is about what she represents, the enduring heart of the monarchy, and the question of whether the next generation is ready to uphold that same standard. What do you think, dear viewers? Will Princess Anne's milestone birthday mark a turning point for the royal family, or will it pass quietly, as she prefers? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss our next deep dive into the stories that shape the crown.